Groundandpound-TV at KSW 27 in Gdansk in Poland, and right next to me is the owner of KSW, one of the two owners, Martin Lewandowski. And Martin, before we start with the interview, I just wanted to present to you the current Ground and Pound magazine, as always, with KSW inside. Hope you like it, even if it's in German. You can at least look at the pictures. Yeah, a lot of
finally, maybe TV will be open for MMA here.
We hope so, and maybe we will see you then there. But that's something we get to a little bit later. Now, we had a big show here in Gdansk, KSW 27, the debut of the cage, really big arena. Yeah, give us your thoughts on the show.
I'm really delighted. You know, the cage, as we assume, was accepted by the public. You know, the fighters had no problems. I'm talking about the fighters who only fought for us and only fought in the ring. So great, fighting experience, great fights. I'm really happy.
As we can see right here, this is a really big arena, and it looked jam-packed. Do you have any numbers already, how much people you put in here tonight?
It was around 13.
This is a really big number. One thing that comes to my mind when I, review the show of tonight, the grand opening was a bit smaller than usual because you spared the stage and put in more people. Was this something is this something that we will see more in the future? A little less show and a little more fighting.
I mean, there was no more fighting because there was 9 fights like it used to be. Maybe, but you need to take that we are on pay-per-view. We have like limited time. We cannot do like 6-hour shows or 9 or I don't know 8. So we start about 8, and those 4 hours I think it's really how to say. Right hours, 4 hours sitting and watching fight with all my love to MMA, but I think that's enough, so but about the show we wanted to change something because of the fighting arena, so we came with a cage, so we decided just to make one step in different direction, maybe not forward but different direction. It was more science fiction sort of style.
We talked before the show and you said we will see the cage occasionally, but you will still do shows in the ring. How's the concept there? Is this changing from show to show, or will you do regular cage shows and only part-time ring shows, or what's the plan there?
Honestly speaking, we don't know yet. I mean, I really like cage, and so I see, and that's what I expected. The fights are more dynamic. They were very limited referee stoppage, so I like cage more than the ring. Yes, and because many years ago when we started, it was impossible to come up with the cage. Right now it is, as I said. So, but we don't have such plans that every show will be, every second show will be in the cage or in the ring. We'll see. I think most likely if we go somewhere abroad out of our country, so we probably stay and stick with the ring. So because this is kind of our symbol, and our major TV station, they noticed that and they said, listen, you shouldn't be, not cancel. You shouldn't, abandon the ring, because that's what people. That's how we are recognized. But I think the problem which I think will come very soon will be that fighters will not going to fight in the ring. If we make that step and we are in the cage, so they would like to stay in the cage. That's what I hear, on the backside.
Understandable. Now, obviously, the fighter that most of the German viewers are most interested in, is Abu Azaitari. He had a very close fight tonight against a seasoned veteran in Piotr Struz. It was a majority draw. Is this a decision that you can understand? Because, of course, Abu wasn't too pleased with the decision. What's your take on that?
I don't want to make my, judgment, because couple times I did, and I was wrong. And it's not because I'm frightened, but I'm working during the show, so I can't see this fight, clearly, and just make like kind of, a side judge. So sometimes I said something, too fast, and then I watch it and I have to, sorry, it was my mistake. So if you ask me, in 2 days, I'll let you know if that's my opinion. Of course, the decision wouldn't be changed. I've heard already, people were saying it was fair, it was good scoring, but of course there are like half of the people who are saying it was a bullshit. So it's always happened like that everywhere. It depends how people understand MMA, how people see, what they expect. So if they, I don't know, count takedowns, if they count, the aggressive fighting. So it's complicated. MMA is complicating to judge. I'm not really. I would prefer to be on my position than on the side judge, actually.
Me too, to be honest. And we talked to Abu, and obviously this was the topic of the press conference too. He wanted a rematch. Piotr Struz, I believe, if I understood that right, because it was in Polish, he said he would be up for that. Is this something that you would be up for too?
Yeah, I think, that's the best idea, just to finish that, unfinished story and just to give them the rematch. I think it was a really nice fight. Abu was a little more aggressive, but Piotr really controlled it quite well, so I think it would be a really nice rematch. So let's wait a little bit, let the dust go on the ground, and we'll have a clear mind to talk about it and just see. Maybe we decided just to give another opponent and then maybe to come back. For sure this fight will happen, it depends when.
Another guy who wants a rematch is Michael Falcao. This might not make that much sense like the Abu rematch. What's your take on that?
I mean, I'm really pleased of Falcao's performance. I think he really liked fighting. That's what I could see on his face, and he cheered, fighting, and people like him. So there's no point not bringing him. Of course, he's got the contract. It depends how long he needs to wait for a second fight. But rematch with Mamet, I think it's pointless at this time. But maybe in the future, let's see. Yeah? But there we have a lot of great fighters in middleweight. So I think there will be no problem with me with him making a nice matchmaking.
Yeah. Now this show is over. The next show we will see is KSW 28 in Szczecin. I hope I pronounced that right. It's Stettin in German. And one thing that came to my mind when I saw the poster on your Facebook page is Michal Materla isn't on it. Why?
It's very complicated. I cannot explain, and there are some things I just don't want to say. Just we are talking, we have some rough negotiation with his management, so we'll see. But we couldn't wait till the thing will settle down. We had to, and that's what we do every time we use the show to advertise the next one. So that's it. Yeah, I mean, we have some right now quiet days.
So how likely is it that we see Michal at that show?
Szczecin, none. He is not going to fight in Szczecin for sure.
But will we see him fight for KSW again?
Yeah, no, he's got the contract, It just, nothing has changed here. He wants to change. And in my point of view, he wants to change too much, and that's where we stopped, And usually in every negotiation needs to be a win-win situation. So right now it doesn't seem to be a win-win. But let's wait. Maybe, it just was just too close after the fight he fought with Jay Silva. It was a perfect fight, and he's a great fighter. I just hope that they will think about, what they can lose, what they can miss. That's it. Let's wait, because it's really hard to tell about specific details of the contract. Or
for sure, is it just about the money of his KSW contract, or is he maybe still thinking about going to the UFC or whatever? Because
that's most of the there are a few topics, but of course the money and the UFC and the opponents, the career and stuff like that. So yeah.
Now, and I'm almost finished, we talked about that before this event, is your, let's call it, Western Europe expansion. Is there something that we can talk about right now? Any, dates or any cities or countries that you can talk about right now, where you want to go to in the next months or years?
I can just only tell that within 2 weeks I'm going to work on London, and that would be probably the first show if nothing will change and nothing will... we or our business partners will screw, so we should have it the first show in 2015 in London, in Wembley Arena.
Wembley Arena, and this will be in spring and like around March or whatever?
No, it will be rather February.
Okay, is there anything set in stone regarding the opponents, or will you fight there in the cage or in the ring? Is there anything we can talk about?
That's what I said. We probably will stick with the ring because we need to predict and plan that at least 50% of the venue will be packed by Polish people over there. But we want to invite most of the English fighter, the British fighter who fought on our show. Mamet and Pujan, of course, as a Polish stars, will be one of them or maybe two of them. It's just, too soon to tell.
All right. And any other countries that you have in sight right now? You told me that you are looking at the German market extensively, at least regarding fighters. Is there anything you can tell us?
Yeah, there are no many MMA market built, when we can expect some support from TV. We have some just MMA fans, so Germany is one of them. Of course, some Scandinavian countries, Russia, and England, maybe Ireland also, but and that's it from Europe, and then maybe US. But it's like,
What time frame are we talking about? The next 2 years, the next 10 years? Because this sounds like a lot of work on your table right now.
Yeah, I think one show, outside of Poland, that's enough, and the rest will stay here. Yeah. Honestly speaking, we are strong here. We know the market. We built it. Yeah. We are number one here. In many countries, we might be like kind of freak show. So that's why we need to focus also on the Polish who live there. Yeah. So.
All right, and Martin, I took very much of your time. Thank you for taking the time to do this, and we're looking forward to seeing you again in Szczecin, and just to celebrate a big show. Thank you.
Sounds like Chechnya or something in Szczecin.
Szczecin.
In Szczecin.
So I learned something in that interview. Thank you very much.
We're not going to do the show in Chechnya.
In Chechnya, but it would be a success, I guess, with Mamet and Aslanbek and all the other guys.
I think he can only, we'll sell the whole crowd, the venue only with one person, which is Mamet. So, all right. Thank you for the support, because you are here what, fifth time or something like that?
Fifth time.
Yeah.
But again and again, it's always a pleasure to be here. Great show, great fights. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.